Thank you so much for the resub, Moon. Coming in hot to start off the stream. Thank you. 15 months. We've been subscribed for 16 months. I can read. I can. Perfect day to celebrate. I agree. It is the perfect day to celebrate. Hello, everyone. Get comfy. Get comfy. Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. Giving people a few minutes to come in, get through those ads, you know, the usual. And also pick out this knot that I got seconds. Mickey, thank you for the resub. 14 months for Mickey. Oh my goodness. Mickey Moth, of course, being one of our amazing community artists who actually created both of the pieces of art you see on the screen right now. Well, Gigi has decided that he is the star of the show, so I have to turn camera. If I can get him. There he is. There is my son. Gigi boy, you're on camera. Gigi boy, you're on camera. You're so happy. You're so pretty. Here, yeah. Put your pretty face over here. Over here. There, look, you're so handsome. I realized I didn't have my chat open. Hello, Gwen. Hello, Charles. Hello, Toot. Hello, Moon. Hello, Wanna. Oh, thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Deonce. Hello, Belle. Belle just watched a very creepy potato ad. Some of the Twitch ads are just unhinged. Hello, Mickey. Can't eat. Love the hand. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the subs. Wanna giving out 5 community subs. Thank you so much. Twitch matching that with 2 more. Ah! So many subs. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. Wanna, that's so sweet of you. Oh, it's doing them all individually. Belle, I barely know how subs work. Gigi's face is in front of chat now. I think he can hear the chat alerts going off. But he doesn't know where the sound's coming from. Belle says, I barely know how subs work. Because I haven't been on Twitch in a while. I barely know how subs work, and I'm the streamer. Sammy J. Stitches, thank you for popping in. And again, thank you, Wanna, for all of those community subs. So appreciated. That is awesome. Thank you so much. What an awesome way to start off this celebratory stream. Oh, my heart is full. And I'm very glad that all of our friends from over in Europe and other time zones can join us. I know it's late for you guys, but I do appreciate it. This is the Gigi stream now. What can I say? He's too handsome. Oh, thank you, Toot. Right now, Twitch is playing a gacha game where if you give 5+ subs, they'll gift a random number more. The current record is a heckin' 146 bonus subs. Oh, wow. We got 2 bonus subs, which is pretty awesome. All right, Gigi, am I allowed to stitch now? Or at least show the stitching? My mouse is actually catching. It's not letting me move the camera up. There we go. All right. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Yeah, Charles, look, you can say it now. She's back again. I'm not stitching along with you guys. I was thinking of starting a new one, but I have so many other things to stitch on that I decided against it at the moment. But I figured I'd pull out a witchy whip. Pull out a witchy whip to celebrate the beginning of the Tiny Witch SAL. And also, why am I holding this at a weird angle? I can move the camera. Yes, Quarter Stitch, she's back. I know, Gwen, it's shocking. Bella's going to start your Tiny Witch. You're still between a few names for your skull. Well, absolutely. If you have any ideas, you can let chat know, and we can toss a few ideas around. I know we have one named Gladys and one named Paul. Charles says, I think my skull is named Paolo, but I have no idea why. I mean, sometimes these things just name themselves. Really. My skull was, of course, named Bob. But yes, and if you aren't familiar, we are talking about the... I just lost my place in my pattern. We are talking about the Tiny Witch Mystery SAL, which the first clue dropped yesterday. It is a SAL that I put together and a lot of people in the community are working on. So this is the clue that dropped yesterday. We're starting with an empty room. So the skull that we're talking about is this little guy down in the corner, and I asked the community what they were going to name theirs. So we've had some great names come in so far. Mickey saying Greg. Greg, I like. Your first instinct was that looks like a Fernando, but you also like Withers and Velioth for the Battleground 3? BG3? Battleground? I for a second I thought it was Battlestar Galactica, which is not. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. Gwen hasn't stitched the skull yet, but you feel like Gertrude is sticking out. I like Gertrude. Yeah. One says that's a Bob. It is a Bob. Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. I was pretty sure it was a video game, but I couldn't put my finger on one. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a roll call of skulls. Seeing everyone starts is just so cool. I love the fabric you guys are using. Everyone's starting in a slightly different spot. It's been really cool to see you guys working on it the last couple of days. I am so excited for the rest of the SAL. I'm so hype. So if you are working on Tiny Witch, and let me just so if you just popped into the chat I tried to say stream and chat at the same time, and I said chat, which is not one of the things that I meant. We're talking about the Tiny Witch SAL. I just put up a command that should pop up a link. Yep. Boon, thank you so much for the 5 community subs. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to skip the alert so it doesn't do the bump bump bump. But thank you, Moon. Thank you for the... It didn't work. Thank you for the gifted subs. Twitch gave us 3 additional subs. Oh, You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Celebrating with all of the subs. You get a sub, and you get a sub. Everybody gets a sub. So if you did get a sub, enjoy your emotes, which you can use anywhere across Twitch. Right now, that's basically the only benefit to being a sub, other than the fact that you just help support us. You help support our kitties. You're buying bananas for Pow, kibble for the boys, treats for Gigi. Thank you so much. Is that it? Is there one more? I feel like there's more. I don't really want to talk while they're going on because I don't know how much you can hear me. Okay, I think we're done. But thank you so much, Moon, for the 5 gifted. So appreciated. And you guys, you are really helping just keep us able to spoil our kids a little bit and help us take care of them. I've said before that the money that we make from Twitch and YouTube, a lot of it goes back into animal care, and you guys have bought medications for them, you've bought them new toys, you've bought all kinds of food. So thank you. We thank you and they thank you. So yes. Thanks for the giant squirrel too. I'm just, I was talking about the SAL. Yes. So the first clue came out yesterday, but it's still not too late to sign up if you want to join in. If you do sign up through any of the platforms it's on, you'll get the pre-stitch instructions as well as clue 1 right from the thing, and then right from the thing. Yep, that's words. And then next week, you'll get emailed the clue with everyone else. Mickey says anything for the floofs, noodles, and Pow. Aw, thank you so much, Mickey. They are some good floofs. And I'm so glad I got to celebrate with you guys today, and I have a little lumpy stitch here with that. What is going on? As you know, I haven't been feeling well, and we've got the tail end of Hurricane Helen? We got a tail end of a hurricane coming our way. That's doing us all a big heck. Oh, okay, there we go. So I'm really glad that I was feeling well enough to stream tonight, because I know you guys have been looking forward to it, and I've been really super. And thanks everyone who hopped into the Discord call yesterday while we're doing the SAL Saturday and Thursdays for a few hours for me it's the afternoon and the evening. For you guys it might be different. I'll just be hanging out in voice chat. Anyone who wants to sit and stitch with us, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to turn on your camera, you don't have to turn on your mic. You can just listen to the conversation, relax. It was a lot of fun. But if you are hanging out and stitching tonight, or knitting or crocheting or resting, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you're up to. I'd love to know. Toot is working on the raccoon family, which is quite a large full coverage Stardew piece, and I think they're slowly losing their mind. Ooh, Mickey's drawing again. Awesome. I'm sure you're gonna have something cool to show us. Gwen finished her gridding. Nice. Carl says, I wish I could stitch during stream, but I can't. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes stuff is just too much. But you might post a knitting later. Nice. Dude, still losing their mind. Sammy J is stitching the Moonlight Sampler from the Blue Flower. Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one. Beyonce is working on the Sal, a crochet sweater, then maybe sewing a skirt. Look at you all multi-craft, Jewel. Oh no, Gwen. Gwen totally messed up part of their gridding. That's the worst feeling when you're like, huh, I'm done. Wait, there's only 9 spaces here. So I am working on Celtic Witch, as you guys can see. However, she is not the same as when you last saw her. I'm sure you have noticed that she is on different fabric. It's just a plain black Ada. And she's also a lot smaller than you remember. When it says you're crocheting your hexagon now, around 23 of 38, you got a few to go. But I believe you can get there. Tortoise is going to be working on the Sal once work is finished. I hope work will finish up for you soon and that you have a nice quiet day. Nothing too stressful happens. That's the thing about work. You want it to be quiet, but not too quiet. Because if it's too quiet, then the day drags. Celtic Witch is a piece that I originally purchased from Raven Coven. The Gizm is her name. And my brain just shorted out. I really loved it, and I did a color conversion into like these really warm browns away from the grays that it was originally in, and I showed her, Gizm, the direction I was taking the piece, and she absolutely loved it. So we were talking back and forth, and she said I could take it and that I could take the design and basically make it my own. So that's what I'm doing. Which I was originally trying to do it the same size as the original piece, and that just wasn't working for me. I don't usually design things that large with that much confetti. So I redid it completely, and here's the beginning of the new draft. She says it's been too quiet. Oh, hello, Mom. Everybody say hello to Mother DH. I'm not actually stitching the Sal myself, because I stitched up the model that's in all of the pictures. So I didn't, and I've got so much other stitching to do for the shop. I didn't really have time to do another one, but seeing everyone's projects is just so cool. So cool. And thank you, Des. Yeah, I love the way she's coming out. One thing that I really loved about Gizm's original design, which really drew me to it, was the really delicate shading around the features. So there's 4 or 5 colors in around the mouth and around the eyes, but just the way that they're balanced is really gorgeous. So I really wanted to keep that aspect of it and then scaled it down quite significantly. Everyone's saying hello to my mother. Des says, I just opened stream and bam, beauty. Thank you so much. Yes, the Sal is really exciting. I was just saying I'm really happy that I was able to get together with everyone and be able to celebrate tonight. Because they all know I haven't been feeling well and all that good stuff. So yeah, I love what I've done with this design. I'm really, really happy about stitching it up. It will be available to you guys in some form or another before the end of the year. And usually I don't show you guys what I'm working on for the shop. But I figure everybody already knows Celtic Witch, so you'd be glad to see her again. I said DN. Yep, it's supposed to be diet. Diet caffeine-free Bepsis. Listen, I took my headache meds right before stream when I was updating stuff. You guys are lucky it's updated at all. Quietly counting to myself. When we were hanging out in the voice chat, we were talking about the fact, you know, the saying that when you pick up cross stitch or a similar craft, you have to really ask yourself, can I count to 3? And you have to be okay when that answer is no. No, I can't. Which I know is something we've all struggled with at some point. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad she's back too. Mom just said, love the Celtic Witch, glad she's back. I actually, I had to ban her from chat for a while because, you know, we had a disagreement and she knows what she did, but we've reconciled and she's back now. Hello, Orchid. Welcome in. And Cheryl, don't think I didn't see you trying to bring Brat Cheryl Summer back. Orchid says I'm doing a test setup for tomorrow. Oh, that's exciting for your craft fair. That's going to be so cool. So cool. And Belle says legit can't tell if I have 18 or 20 stitches. Welcome to the wonderful world of cross stitch. Sometimes I will, instead of counting the stitches, I'll count the empty squares around the stitches because they're just like easier to see for me sometimes. But yeah, Orchid, on their own, their very own lonesome, organized a whole ass craft fair in their local community. So cool. Very proud of them. Orchid being one of the other community artists here. So if you've used any of our penny emotes, that would be Orchid. Mom says you mean the Celtic Witch, not me, your mother. Yes, I had a disagreement with the Celtic Witch, not my mother, who is not the Celtic Witch. Although that would have been a good joke to make. Yeah, that's impressive. It is impressive. And Toot using some of the emotes that Orchid made for the channel. Portisha says, if block stitching, I cross every 5th stitch to help keep count. Oh, that's a good way of going about it. Just like that extra little visual marker. Hey, Danny. at the gym. Just wanted to say hello. Well, thank you so much for popping in, Danny. Have a good time at the gym. So yeah, the SAL. Exciting. I have been just jittering out of my skin for the last 3 days about it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. Like, you're loving it. I'm loving it. I'm so proud of myself for getting it together. It's just been awesome. I know Moon and Charles and I think Story Stitcher are all doing it on the opalescent Ada, which is like sparkly. And that's really cool. I would love to see it because it's very hard to catch the sparkle on camera, apparently. I would love to see it in person because it's just got that opalescent. It's called opalescent, but it's got Moon said it's like stitching with Christmas tinsel. Oh, thank you, Toot. Toot says, I'm so proud of DH. They've worked so hard for this, and you've all been so supportive through it all. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Potato Shoe says, I love the sparkly. You see green and pink sparkles, but the green is more predominant. Oh, you know I love a good green. Juana says, can't someone invent a VR headset with magnifying effect and pattern overlay? That would be amazing. Game developers, get on it. That would be so cool. You know, just slot the VR headset on. You can see everything. Toot says those are called bifocals. Bifocals with the pattern taped to them. Yeah. I'm also using an appropriate mug. I'm trying to tilt it so you can see it without spilling my coffee. But it's in this cute little like cauldron mug. Toot roasting. Toot saying, I would never. Yeah, I don't know if I told you guys, but we sold Heather out of the 14 count opalescent. I had to get in touch with a couple of people and be like, do you want 16 count? Because I don't have any more 14. Free. Mom says, love the mug. It's really cute. Moon got it for me I was about to say last Christmas. No self. Last Halloween. Charles says, I can probably get a vid of the sparkles if you're awake when the light is right. Oh, if you can, I would love that, but don't like stress yourself. I do slightly have Christmas on the brain already because I was talking with some other designers about doing a collab video for Christmas designs. So I've been thinking about Christmas designs all day. I feel guilty because, you know, it's not even Halloween yet. But such is life when you have to work ahead. All right. Well, we've been going for about half an hour now. So that means it's time for our little break. I'm going to put up the break screen. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit so you guys can vibe to the music. Grab a drink, grab a snack, unshrimp, stretch, hydrate, do all that good stuff. I'll see you back here in 3 minutes. right, hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. Catching up on chat here. Porter Stitch says, I used to have a job where we started Christmas stuff in June and it wouldn't end until December. None of us wanted anything to do with Christmas at that point. I feel that. I worked at Michael's, and Michael's kind of makes sense because crafters have to start everything so much earlier in order to finish for the holiday. But it was a lot of Christmas just way too soon, and they kept Christmas up until the last possible second because that's a big holiday for non-crafters too, to like pick up stuff for the kids. So yeah, it was a lot of Christmas. It says they've got to have something to work on while dealing with COVID. It's been super kicking their butt, and their Halloween stuff is already done and planned out. Yep, that's right. I've got all my Halloween designs. I've got all my designs done. I just have to do some stitching on them through the end of October. But like sketching, brainstorming, talking to other designers, that kind of stuff I can do while lying down in bed. So, or sitting up in bed, depending on how my lungs are doing. I just did a heckin' mess up. All right, and we are going to do a treat eat tonight. So if you have not been to a stream before and seen a treat eat, basically we are going to feed our tortoise pal a snack, and you guys get to guess which snack she's going to eat first. If you're watching on Twitch, you can predict with your channel points. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just put your guess in the chat. Tonight's contenders, it's a special one. We've never done this one before. We're doing chicken versus egg. So although most people think of tortoises as being vegetarians, herbivores was the word that I was looking for. I have a knot here, and it's driving me nuts. They do need protein in their diet, and POW species, especially since they're scavengers, they're opportunistic scavengers. They will eat anything they can find on the ground. And POW likes both chicken and eggs, so we're gonna see which one she likes more. So you've got about 25 minutes to get your guesses in. Go ahead and finish their gridding. Yay! Cheryl says, I often knit and spin lying in bed. Haven't figured out stitching or crochet yet. I have tried to knit in bed and just have not been able to get a really comfortable position. And now that I'm using mostly straight needles, I think that it would be even more difficult for me to get comfy. I need like more wing room. Here's Pal. She heard her name and came coming. Or she knows that she's going to get food soon. Orchid says, good golly, a gamble. Orchid does like a gamble. One has a good point with egg was first. Charles says, oh yeah, I can't even do it with DPNs. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm sure with circulars it would be okay. But, yeah, I can't imagine doing it with straights. Orchid says, only a fictitious gamble. Yes, a very no-stakes gamble. Alright, everybody be quiet. I have to count to 7. 1, 2. I did it. Why are you guys like this? And by you guys, I mean Toot and Orchid. I love you both. Charles says stuff like this is how I know my video lags a bit. Yeah, the amount of lag you'll get will vary according to many factors. Porter's just getting in on it. And Toot actually has a head start because she can hear me counting before it streams to you guys, so shit. No, don't start now. No. No. Belle says, yes, the eternal plight of the crafter. Everyone wants to talk to you while you're counting stitches. Then you just start counting louder. It almost got another round of fruit snacks. Please no fruit snacks. What about numbers that are letters like E or pi? If I was trying to count and someone started reciting the digits of pi, I have a pointy needle. Yeah, quarter stitch, I don't know what it is, but YouTube seems to be lagging even more. I'm sorry about that. Orchid says, I keep opening up bags and bins of crocheted items that I completely forgot about. Oh. 3.145926. I think the next digit is 8, but yeah, that's about all I know as well, Charles. It says the DH in my name stands for Do Homer. I'm sure my dad would know. That feels like something my dad would memorize for fun. That sounds right, Cheryl. Orchid said, I thought DH stood for this person is heckin' cool. It stands for a lot of things. Stands for whatever you need it to stand for. Orchid just yelling, I found the gooses. It's very cool. Hell, talking about pi, or as physicists call it, 3. Dat human. Yes, I am the cozy dat human. And Toot is the chaos dat human. Me too, Orchid. Orchid says dat human actually made me laugh. It was just pointed out to me that I put the lo-fi on too low. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're getting cozy. Cozy and chill. So with this one, I did... It feels like I cheated a little, but really there's no rules in cross stitch. So I did all of the colors in her face, even though it was like 5 different colors, because I really wanted to see how it worked up. Because usually I would do like all of the one color in a section, but I really wanted to see it. I really wanted to see it come together. So I did her face completely. and now I'm just working on like her collarbone and stuff, which is gonna have the same shading going on. You can see the empty spaces I'm leaving for the collarbone shading. Toot is not getting cozy. Toot is ready to feed Pow and destroy your snackle box. Heck yeah. Good night, Mickey. Mickey's gonna go sleep. Have fun. Love you all. Love you too, Mickey. Have a good night. It is late, late, late for Mickey. If you guys are in the Discord server, you've probably seen us talking about the snackle boxes. I think Charlie started the rest of us on it. But it's a box with like little dividers in it for different kinds of snacks. Like an old school fruit tray, but like more self-contained. We've been using them to just try and keep ourselves eating on a schedule and stocking it with good things like fruit and nuts and pretzels and cheese. They've been very tasty and they're very helpful because like you just kind of sit it next to you and then you eat it without having to like work yourself up to eating it. Beyonce says I need to do that. Charles says the snackle boxes are cool, but putting them together seems daunting. I mean, it isn't so bad. What I did was, because you and I have a lot of the same fatigue issues and things like that. So what I do is I take my walker into the kitchen and I sit while I put everything together. And I have like a big Ziploc bag that I put the smaller bags of stuff that I open. So like the different crackers, I'll put those all into one Ziploc bag and keep that in the kitchen so I can just grab it and refill from that. And then for the cold stuff like fruit, etc., I'll either get it pre-chopped or I'll chop it in a big bunch. Hello, camera. What are we doing? So it might be a lot of work. My camera's being weird. I'm just gonna put us on the break screen for a second. I try and fix this. Oh, I can't fix it. I need it to be on this screen. Perfect. Sorry guys. Pro streamer here. Pro streamer. Hello. Is this going to be another Cursed Friday stream? Okay. I think Charles says it's been fine until now. Yeah, I don't think we're super cursed. I think it was just a momentary glitch. He says it's the ghosts from this morning. They aren't done hecking with us. Man, if you guys tuned in to Toot's stream this morning, the ghosts were just all over her. Like, I've never seen such a bad run of ghosts. It was nuts. Very spookery, but also kind of really fun to watch. It was a good stream this morning. Charles says the 13th was wild. It was. And then we went and we raided Thecozydh? And they were having tech issues. And then apparently Stitcher Flea, who's another cross-stitch streamer, also had to end their stream early because of insane tech issues. The 13th was just cursed. Let me go back to the chat. It says, I have an auto snackler. Carol says you have auto everything. Yeah, Toot's living in the future. So yeah, if you guys don't watch, Toot streams 3 times a week. Toot streams 3 times a week in the mornings, mornings for us. But yeah, it's just no commentary, really chill streams. I use them for background while I'm designing and stuff. Great. And then every now and then it gets really just cursed. Like this morning was it was something else. But it was still fun. Charles says one day I will be awake on Wednesday at 8 a.m. One day. I mean, the support is appreciated. The support is appreciated no matter how many streams you can or can't get to. We love all of our community. You guys are just great. Got about 10 minutes to get your predictions in for if Pow is going to go for chicken or egg. Eggs are actually a really good source of protein for her because not only does she get the protein from the egg itself, she gets the calcium from the shell. Because she'll eat the shell and everything. There she is, looking for her food. Hello, it is Friday. Where is my treat? I did not get treat last week. Hello. Russell's Angie stomps. For some reason I thought you'd give them scrambled eggs. Yeah, for Pow, it's important not to cook it with anything. Like if I used oil or butter to fry the scrambled eggs, that might not be good for her. So I hard boil an egg and then smash it right down on her. Smash it in her face. No, smash it not onto her food rock because that's really hard to clean, but into like another dish, and then she just eats the whole thing. Similarly to the chicken, we poached it in water. There's no seasoning, no oil, no anything. It's just chicken. It says she got emotional support banana during the break in my stream last week. She's fine. Portishes votes egg, and Toot votes smashing it in her face. No, do not smash the egg on the tortoise. Sentences you never thought you'd have to say. Carl says, I know humans eat more salt than we need generally, but how does she get salt and other things like that? So she gets everything she needs from the salad that we make for her, basically. So it's a mix of leafy greens and various fruits and vegetables, and I make sure that she gets a mix of everything, so she's getting really good nutrients. And then every now and then, as a supplement, I'll give her a prepared pellet diet, which is, it's more processed, but it's got like extra nutrients and stuff in there. As for salt and minerals, she gets a lot of those from the water that she drinks and she bathes in. And yeah. Calcium is one that's a little bit harder, so that's why we do the egg with the shell occasionally. And some people will give their torts or their turtles a cuddle bone, which is a good source of calcium. A lot of birds, like usually they're sold for birds and stuff. Yes, sure, like a budgie. Same thing, you get them in the same section of the store. Orchid is our emotional support banana. And would say that Snackle Box is like a fruit tray for millennials. It basically is. I think the big difference for us is that fruit trays tend to be very like, they don't keep. You know what I mean? Like the lid isn't airtight, and they're more meant for like serving at one function, whereas the Snackle Box is meant to go in and out of the fridge and stuff like that. So for me, that's the big difference, because we've tried a fruit tray before and it just didn't work for us. It wasn't convenient. But the flat top boxes that we got are great. They are airtight. It says not a lie. Like an adult Lunchable, but you have to make it. Exactly. An adult Lunchable, but you have to make it. But like I said, I batch my tasks. So if I don't get it pre-cut, I'll cut all of it at once and then just reload from that stash. And I'll usually reload them when I'm doing something else. So like in the morning while I'm waiting for the coffee to brew or waiting for my breakfast to toast or whatever, I'll try and get it done then. Or if I can't get it done then, I'll try and get it done while I'm making lunch. So, and Gwen has done a Sal roundup. So many stitches. Where are you? Because Monster House: The Last Clue came out. So I know you've got a ton of stitches on Monster House to do, and then Plants and Petrichor and Femurs and Fungi still need to be done. And I didn't Steph just release the subject for a new Sal. I feel like they did. Are they the ones doing the sparkling lights one? Oh, we love a good breakdown. Gwen has 144 stitches to do on Femurs and Fungi, 369 stitches to do on Plants and Petrichor, 2,166 to do on Monster House, and Tiny Witch SAL, 600 stitches. It might be another designer I'm thinking of. I know Steph was talking about doing another one, but I didn't know if she'd actually announced it yet. Someone in my like designer group just did a Sal. I like the sparkling lights, twinkling lights. It was very, very tempting to me. But I'm going to be very busy with stitching in December. If I don't get sick again. That's the thing. I can make the grandest plans and then I'll be laid up for like 2 weeks because of a cold. But like I said, doing the brainstorming and the sketching and talking about it with other designers and like all of my back-end stuff, luckily I can do those even when I'm not feeling great. It's been really nice just being able to work on stuff and kind of putter at it and poke at it. Hopefully just not COVID again. We've had more than enough of that. Abso-freaking-lutely. I can't stop looking at this. Like, I can't believe that I did this. Like, I basically used Gizm's original piece as an art reference. But beyond that, I kind of did it from scratch. And I just... So pretty. Thank you, Charles. Charles says it looks really good. Also says you need to get your updated vaccine, but they make me leave the house for it. Oh, felt. Felt. It says y'all are not prepared for how good it is. Yeah, it's you're gonna love what I did with the rest of her. I don't know if I'm gonna do that as a sneaky peek just yet, but this one I'm definitely gonna be showing you guys in the server and working on streams and things like that. So you'll see this one come together. Gwen says, I was so tempted to put Tiny Witch in my 10-inch hoop because the design would fit probably, but the margins are too small. Oh no. Yeah, on 14 count, it just barely doesn't fit in my 8-inch frame. And even on 16 count, Moon barely got the whole thing into the frame. Lana says, I wait for her to open an eye. Doesn't it look like she's about to? It's that very gentle shading again. Like, my style is usually, like, I don't want to say it's harsh, but it's more about outlines and bold lines, and this is just very much softer and more, I don't know, more blendy than I usually do. It's definitely been a good artistic challenge for me. I'm just gonna mute for a second before we do tree eat. I'm just getting a little bit winded. I'm gonna catch my breath. Alright guys, I've pulled up the POW cam. I tried to show you for a second, but she actually flipped over her food dish in protest. So we have the stunt arm. So that's chicken on the left and egg on the right. Yeah, I know my right and my left. So let's see which one will be the winner. How? How there's food for you? Oh, she's being angry. She's still looking for her food. Come on, baby. Turn it around. Shroud says maybe no one will win today. Oh, she'll figure it out. She's just mad. Yeah, Toot was chonks dancing at her in a display of dominance. Oh, I think she might have figured out she has food. Look at that necky go. All right, what's it gonna be? Egg or chicken? Which came first? Chicken. Oh, chicken. All right. Took one look at the egg and said, no, I desire chicken. I think chicken is actually one of her favorite foods now. The egg was hiding in the bowl, Gwen. Gwen says, zoom. It says, god dang, she moved fast. Yeah, once she figured out there was food. Charles said, probably would have picked chicken if I knew about the bowl. Sorry for throwing you off with the bowl. I just really didn't want to have to clean up smashed egg from that big raw. Her food rock it's very heavy. So like I wipe it down, but I would have had to take it out and like scrub it. And it's heavy. Charles says, who knows though? She's not predictable. She is not. She is not in any way predictable. All right, so the winner was chicken. All right. You voted on Twitch. You get your points. Your bleps. I think this is the first time I've tried, like I cooked up a big batch of chicken for her and then I froze and like chopped it up into small pieces and froze what we weren't going to use right away. And I think it changes the texture a bit, which is why she's kind of tearing at it, but she does like it. Oh, sorry. She caught us looking. But like, look at those growth lines. The kind of very faint blue lines around her scutes. I mean, she's growing. She's getting bigger. My little girl. Parrot now is in a rage. So yeah, I mean, you guys know chicken is expensive now, but whenever we get like we wait for a deal on the like family pack, and then we'll, if it's like 6 breast, we'll do 5 for us and we'll do 1 for Pow because it'll last her a long time. Toot says she definitely got the do not perceive from her mother. Oh. Carl says protein, exactly. Good protein. See if I can get her more on camera. I did not realize how much she loves chicken. So funny. Orkin asked, how old is Pow? Pow is about 10 years old. I believe she came to us in 2014. Her lifespan is 50 to 100 years. Charlotte, if you try refreshing, it might catch you up. If your video's behind. 5,200. 50 to 100. And Deontay asked, how big will she get? She'll be about 1 foot long and weigh about 25 pounds. And that's 1 foot long. Her shell will be about 1 foot long. That's how you measure tortoises because they can suck everything in. So she'll be about a foot long and like a lot chunkier. Right now she's about 9 inches long and weighs like 5 or 6 pounds. It's been a while since we've weighed her, so I'm not exactly sure. But she will live a very long life, so they grow quite slowly. Because if you think about how big a 10-year-old child is compared to an adult, she's the size of a 10-year-old child compared to an adult tortoise. Tell me if that made sense. Redfoots are Toot said no, and Deontay said sorta. I mean, she's scale-wise, she's the size of a 10-year-old child to an adult human, as she is now to an adult Redfoot. I don't think that helped anything. But Redfoots are a pretty good choice for a pet tortoise, because they don't get super big. So you are able to keep them indoors. If you're getting anything bigger like a sulcata, which is what a lot of people think of when they think of tortoises, is a sulcata. They get big and destructive, and they're best kept outside if you are able to keep them outside in like the appropriate environment. Really is. How just mean mugging the camera. Ow, go eat your egg. I made it special for you. POW is not from an endangered species program. As far as I know, red-footed tortoises are not endangered. I mean, there's always the danger of poaching because of the pet trade. So if you are looking to get a tortoise, make sure you're doing it from a licensed breeds captive bred. But I don't believe her species is on the endangered species list. Oh, to put a sulcata pic in the Discord so you can kind of see the difference between the redfoots and the sulcatas. But in terms of pet species, redfoots are good. Russian tortoises also stay quite small. I believe Greek tortoises also stay quite small. They're all good. Leopards and hermans, yes. Hermans stay teeny tiny. Really desperately needs some love right now. Oh, is that the picture to put in the Discord? Deontay says, I love that she found one breaking through a wall like the Kool-Aid man. Yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons that sulcatas could be kept outside. All tortoises pretty much are burrowers, so they'll dig through everything. There we go. She's found the egg now. Oh, you're gonna tip that over, so I have to clean it up anyways, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Okay. Cool. Love that for me. Girl says, love, you like watching POW, but I'm not up to caring for a tortoise. They are a lot of work. I mean, they're probably less work than a cat or a dog, especially a dog, because you don't have to like walk them every day and stuff like that. And also their diet is very similar to a human's. Like they eat human food basically. And once you get their enclosure set up properly, it is expensive to get set up, but once you've got it set up and running, it doesn't need a ton of maintenance. But the maintenance that it does need, God, Pow, you're so cute. The maintenance that it does need tends to be a lot of like heavy lifting. So it says she's being very demure, very mindful, not showing her chewing, very cutesy. And then Pow just showed you right up. This is what happens whenever we give her egg. She gets it all over her. Because she is so much. Yes, yes, she is. But you see, she's just chomping right through the shell. She'll eat it right along. No difficulty in crushing it. She doesn't have teeth. She has a beak. The idea of a turtle with teeth is kind of terrifying. We were actually surprised after we got Pow how much personality she has. We didn't really expect that out of a reptile, because people think of reptiles as like, not to say the old like cold-blooded pun, but kind of like cold, aloof, indifferent. But she's got a ton of personality. She definitely makes herself known. She interacts with us. She knows us. Like she's very smart, first of all. But she's got a lot of personality, and I don't think we realized how much it would be when we first brought her home. Doing strong Pow. And I love being able to share Pow with you guys like this, on the streams and things like that, because I know it's not something that you get to see every day. And it's kind of neat. Carol says, I think most creatures have a personality. Yeah, I think they would. And I think a lot of the times... Sorry, Pow distracted me. I think a lot of times the stuff that we interpret as personality is just responses. But yeah, I really think a lot of animals definitely have like their own way that they do things, and their own ways to communicate, and their own personalities. Moon says she reaches. Yeah, Cheryl, exactly. What else is a personality? Sorry about that, guys. Feeling better now. It says she definitely headbutts the door when she sees me and dumps her food in her fountain when she doesn't approve of what we've given her. Absolutely. If she's not happy about something, she will let us know. If she doesn't just straight up destroy it. It says she also drowns her friends. Yeah, every time we've given, because some tortoise owners have given tortoises like a stuffed animal to keep them company, and they seem to like that. And Pow did seem to like her Stitch doll for a while, and then she just kept leaving him face down in her water dish. Charles says, if you drown someone, are they your friend? I mean, maybe that's just how Pow treats her friends. One that says long neck turtle. Yeah. The long neck. And then she manages to, like, suck it right back in. What happened to Skeledile? Skeledile is fine. Skeledile is, I washed him and set him to dry. And, well, he hasn't moved from that position because ADHD. But Skeledile will come back on stream, for sure. As Toot said, Skeledile is a victim of ADHD. Gwen says it's been 84 years. I'm sure that's how it feels about it. We could fill his ribcage with chicken. That would be a good Halloween stream. Halloween stream idea. Sounds expensive. Yeah. It says chicken and like cherries. Oh yeah. Make it just really super gory. Toot says, my god, look at her face. She's gonna need a shower after stream. She is. Oh, she loves her egg. Tomatoes might be good too, yeah. Orchid would like to have their ribcage filled with chicken. I'm very glad I remembered to do an egg for her today. You guys could enjoy. When it says my grandson dog gets an egg every Sunday, he loves it. Yeah, it's so funny. For some animals, certain foods are just such a treat. And for others, it's just like, yeah, this is my diet now. Charles says, I can smell spouse cooking dinner and all this food stuff is making you hungry. What's for dinner, Cheryl? Also, Charles' spouse sounds like a true cinnamon roll. Every time they mention them, like, oh, they are a good one. When it says dog of your daughter, yes, I figured that was the phrase, but I couldn't say it. I can't read. Potatoes, bacon, and cheese. Well, okay, any combination of those three things is gonna be heckin' delicious. Oh, that sounds good. I'm not able to cook dinner today. I kind of reached that point, and I don't know if any of you experience this, but you kind of reach that point where it's like, okay, I can do one of three things. I can cook dinner, or I can take out the trash, or I can stream. And I chose stream tonight over cook dinner. And says, why do I start in the bottom right? Because that's where the skull is. Cute. Small, tiny. Bo says eggs with it, but you can't eat eggs right now. I get that. I think a few people started in the bottom right with the skull. And hello, Susie. Welcome in. Goth Stitch. Stream more important than dinner. For sure. It is frustrating when I have to make that choice, because it would be like much better for me mentally if I could do all of the things. Unfortunately, that's not where we are. Hello, hello. Yeah, Cozy Chaos, Susie. And we're watching how absolutely destroy a boiled egg. When it says onions sounds so delicious. I don't know if anything in the world smells as good as onions frying. Belle says, yeah, I feel that. I can't do work and cook dinner. I do all of my cooking on the weekend. We kind of do the same thing, like I was talking about doing the batch chopping for the things. And I usually, it depends on my energy levels, but I like to cook. So I try to cook a few meals, but definitely there's a lot of like leftovers or really simple cooking. On the pattern, the grid is only 68 stitches tall and you gridded for 70. Oh no, so you started 2 stitches too low? Oh, I'm sorry, Gwen. Belle says, I started at the bottom left. You had a reason for that, but you have now forgotten. Orchid says, I know what smells better than onions frying. Onions and garlic frying. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We're 2 rows too low and 2 rows too far right. I hope you didn't get too far before you figured that out. Gwen says, okay, who's bringing you dinner? Pow will come bring you dinner. Pow will bring you an egg. 1 single egg. Although she might eat it on the way for energy. Look, it's like, it's on top of her eyes. You see that? I'm gonna need to scrub her with her little toothbrush scrubby. She's saving it for later. It says, Pow, my love, why are you the way that you are? Susie says, I started in the middle. Post your progress in the Tiny Witch SAL channel. Awesome, awesome. You're actually stitching more of it now while listening. Drop. Listening to this with the TV on. I guess you could say I'm in a cozy chaos surround sound. Amazing. I also am the kind of person to like watch TV and listen to music and chat on the computer and stitch at the same time. When it says I need a vegan and low histamine diet, but when it smells good, I love it. Oh, yeah. Some cooking smells are just amazing. It says she just really wants a shower. I'm gonna have to give her a shower or something. Like, look at that messy queen. But yes, Susie, thank you for sharing your pics in the server and everywhere. And if you guys are sharing your pics, I would love to see them. You share them on Instagram, just use the tag Tiny Witch SAL and we can spread the word. because there is still time to sign up. And I don't know, maybe we'll get some more people joining in. Susie said it is nice to feel normal amongst the same kind of weird that I am. That is a big reason that we built this community. And that's Toot and I, it might seem like we have a lot of rules for the community, but because we really want to keep everyone in the community safe and make them feel that way, to feel safe and normal and weird among other weird, you know what I mean? So that's we work really hard to get that vibe in our server, in our community. It says she gave herself Angie eyebrows. Wanna ask, can't a cat groom Pow with a tongue? Yeah, they would lose the tongue, as Toot just said. They would. Her beak is very sharp. Binks would try. Binks would try and help. Binks would be like, hello, strange sister rock. I groom you now. Hold still. He says, I'm either going to start a new Instagram that's just for my stitch work, or maybe an Instagram story highlight for my Tiny Witch SAL progress so I can tag and whatnot. That would be lovely. I would love to see that. So Pow is going to finish up her snack. We're going to go to break. So yeah, same spiel. Grab a drink, grab a stretch, unshrimp, get a snack. I'm sure you all are hungry now. I'm going to run an ad on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, just enjoy the vibes. All right, we'll see you in 3 minutes, guys. Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I had to redo my setup a little bit so I could grab my puffer. I'm just trying to see if I'm still in frame here and make sure you guys can hear me. It looks like Pal has finished with her egg. She is now sprawled out, intent, happy, in her lane, flourishing. Okay, thanks, Cheryl. Gwen's doing some unstitching. And yeah, Cheryl, I agree. I also can't stitch much unless sometimes words I need to make them be words. Life is too short to stitch with floss that isn't behaving. At the end of the day, floss is pretty cheap. I know sometimes it could be a pain to get it, but it's not worth the aggravation for a few inches of floss. Moon says, I've been fighting to restitch by floss chicken, then unstitching a part I'd miscounted. Oh no. Where was this wise advice 2 minutes ago? I was on break taking a puffer, Moon. I'm sorry. It's too late. Too late to save you. I will take care of myself, Moon. Thank you. She says, I think what we've learned is that our community, including us, cannot count. No, we cannot. Beyonce says, learn that the hard way. Keep trying to use thread from my mom Oma's collection and it just breaks constantly. Yeah. I mean, sometimes textiles can hold up surprisingly well to time and sometimes they're just... oof. So yeah, it's cool to use stuff that was handed down to you, but at the same time, it's not worth your frustration for a buck worth of floss, which or less. Like sometimes it's just a part of a skein that's a hassle. DMC is not one of those fibers. Like I have some vintage DMC and it's held up surprisingly well from what I've used, but I've only used one skein out of the bag that I got, so we'll see. We shall see. Carl says, I think it depends on how it was kept. Absolutely. Yeah, like if it was kept airtight, out of the sun, that kind of thing, that makes a big difference as opposed to, you know, how it was stored. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting the same feel about this that I was getting with the original version. Just like every time I do a few stitches, I then like sit back and look at it and it just looks so pretty. Like she just looks so pretty. And these, the collarbones look quite dark now because I haven't stitched them, but they're going to be like really subtle. It's going to look so good. Beyonce says, I think my problem is that it's just so much thread to get rid of. Yeah, that's also the thing where you feel like it's so much, and yeah, I get that. Susie says the Celtic Witch is beautiful, very demure. Thank you. And Susie's been a great help. She's been advising me on color choice and things like that. Oh, that's a great idea, Toot. Toot says, have you considered giving it to a Swiftie or a teen for bracelets? Because it would be much less likely to break in that situation. Because you're using the full 6 strands. Girl says, I remember using so much floss for friendship bracelets in the 80s. And I in the 90s. Toot says same, but 90s. You know, the safety pin to the knee of the jeans. Scout troop would be good, or a library. He's got some great ideas. And Susie says that's such a nice idea. The kiddos always love making bracelets. Yeah, for sure. Pretty much any program that works with kids will take any craft supplies you can give them. Teachers are, you know, chronically underfunded for their classrooms. Elsa says, I do not know Swifties and or teens. I'm a hermit. I talk to no one. I mean, you could always put it up on your like Facebook Marketplace, or if you have like what's the one for neighborhoods that gets really sassy? Oh, Charles, yeah, says you could get on a Facebook group or Craigslist or something. Next door. Thank you, Charles. Oh, you don't have those either. All right. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to keep stitching with it, keep stitching with it. And Toot says, I'm very much if this does not spark joy or serve me, it can be donated somewhere. You're not kidding about the hermit bit. Beyonce, I felt that deep in my soul. Yeah, and I was talking about this in the server a little bit yesterday, but we have a friend who works settling refugees in the city. And they'll take literally everything for donations because these people are coming with nothing. So that's been a really nice way to let go of some stuff. Because it's different from, you know, dropping off a bag of stuff at the Goodwill versus giving it to my friend, and then like 2 weeks later I get a picture of some little kid like just hugging the stuffing out of a stuffed animal that we gave. Yeah. Great. Beyonce says, I talked to like 4 people outside work and 3 are blood related to me. Carol has a good point. Your coworkers might have teens. Or might be Swifties. Secret Swifties. But yeah, like there's no pressure to get rid of your stuff. But if you're looking for a way to like turn it over in a way that's going to bring you joy. It says, and we super don't want to support Value Village. Yeah. But yeah, if it's not sparking joy for you and it feels more like a burden than like a fun hobby, then you might want to find someone who it is going to spark joy for, because I think people need a little bit more spreading around of good vibes. You know what I mean? Without expecting anything in return. Belle says, how might I donate to an organization like that? I have so many plushies that I don't know what to do with. I'm honestly not sure. The only reason that I got hooked up with this charity is because my friend works for them. But you can definitely look for community groups in your area. Anything, women's shelters, they take a lot of toys because often women come in with their kids. Places like that. And if they don't take them, they might know who will. So you just kind of have to ask around. Again, Facebook Marketplace and Nextdoor and things like that are going to be helpful resources for you. Animal shelters too. If you have blankets, towels, sheets, animal shelters and vets will take those. And Toot says, check with your local library. Again, local libraries are a great community resource. Just spreading it around a little. But it says, yes, they are. They are. And I think libraries are very important even now when most people don't read physical books. I think they're very important still for a meeting place, still for a place for kids to go, a place for the community to go. And they really kind of know stuff. It says you can deny the librarian a job, but not take the librarian out of the job seeker. Very true. And in our city as well, one of the things that you can borrow from the library is passes to like the zoo or the CN Tower or Reptilia, things like that. Like you can actually, they lend them out like books. You can borrow a zoo pass. And a lot of people don't realize that kind of thing. They don't realize like all the stuff that you have access to online. One thing that I get online a lot is the cross-stitch magazines. Just cross-stitch, and cross-stitcher, I get a little alert on my phone when there's a new issue of it, and then I can just like pull it up on my phone and browse through. And if there's a pattern I like, I can I usually hop over to my computer and save it as a PDF. But I really like that. Carl says I miss libraries. I do too. I haven't been to our library in like 2 years. Just it's not that far away, but it's just slightly too far away for us to walk, right? Yet I would love to be able to walk back and forth to the library at some point. British says some of ours have baking sheets and tools you can borrow. Yeah, exactly. Some of them have 3D printers you can use. In the US, some of them are starting to have maker spaces too. Oh, that would be really cool. And I know some host like, you know, a spot for a craft meetup or this meetup or that meetup. So we just love libraries. When I was in high school, I was a young man. No, when I was in high school, my high school was new. Like I was only the second graduating class. And when they built the high school, when did I get you? When they built the high school, they made a deal with the city. So it was in the same building as a community center. And the community center had like the public library for the city, as well as a swimming pool. So the high school could use the swimming pool in the library, and the community center could use the high school gym and like the dance studio and stuff. Which meant that our school library was the city library, and which was awesome. But we kind of got known as the loser school because so many of us hung out at the library after school. So, and we had uniforms, we had school uniforms. So like it would be, you know, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and we'd just be leaving the building still in our uniforms. So we got kind of known as the loser school because everyone stuck around. It's fun to stay at the Black Parade. Carl says, I think it's like $50 to join the library as a non-resident. I wouldn't know. It's really place by place. I think the New York City Library lets you do a free membership no matter where you are, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Beyonce says, oh yeah, my middle school is the same way. Huh. You learned to swim in the community center pool and you kicked your instructor. Oh no. In the worst possible place to kick someone? Yeah. Sounds like fun. I mean, it worked out really well for me because I had access to so many books. Typical, you know, gifted burnout kid. Read non-stop in school, in childhood, and then as an adult just stopped reading altogether. Moon says same. Charles says same. Yup. Unfortunately. Fiance's in the same boat. Yep. Which is, it's too bad because there's been a shift in the literature that's available now, and there's a lot more basically queer literature available. Like when I was a young man, there were like 2 books about it and like a movie, and the movie starred all straight people. And now there's a lot more representation of people like me in fantasy, especially. Man, the way I read At Swim 2 Boys like 8 times in a row because it was the only queer love story I could find. Beyonce says, the only thing I read occasionally is queer manga. Yeah, valid, totally valid. And like even outside of that, I think part of the reason that I don't read so much is I kind of got overwhelmed by how much choice there is now. Like I kind of don't know where to start. I feel like when I was a kid, it was like you could read these 3 fantasy authors. And now there's more than that. Stephen King put out a new novel recently. I want to read that one before it becomes a movie. You're on page 1. TH does this every time a ghost plays a note on a piano during my streams. Yep. Yeah, because the ghost plays a single note on the piano, and if it's anywhere near a G key, I immediately start singing Black Parade. When it says there is a lot more in the last years, and we have LGBT tags. Yeah, exactly. We can find stuff more easily. And share stuff more easily. I mean, part of it is I like to make things with my hands. I can read an audiobook while I'm knitting. I can read an ebook while I'm knitting. And I've tried doing audiobooks, but it's not enough stimulation, and my mind just starts to wander, and then I don't know how far to rewind. Like with a book, if I start to zone out, I can usually flip back to where I was in the story. But audiobooks, I find it so hard to follow them. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I would love to read more. It's not like I don't have the time, it's just that I don't know, it seems difficult, or like I have to do something special to get started, which I know is silly, but Charles says, when I was in my 20s, I used to sit cross-legged and hold a book open with my foot and knit too. No way I can do that now. I am so impressed. I am so impressed. Yes, it says Discord reading challenge. No, the Discord is a low stress environment. There will be no challenges. But if we do want to have like, if you do want to talk about what you're reading and set yourself a challenge, absolutely, you can share that with us in the Discord. I'm just not going to organize anything formal. He says, that's why I love so many story-driven games. It keeps me focused. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the games that we're playing now just have incredible stories in them. Glenn says, I listened to a bunch of audiobooks earlier this year. But then you stopped having a long commute. No more audiobooks. Womp womp. Murderbot. Thank you, Wanna. Mostly novellas, short, non-binary protagonist. I will try, Wanna. Beyonce was saying I was trying to figure out how to fit it in those random 24 hours of crafting stuff we do mostly in the Giddy Stitcher. Yeah, I mean 24 hours of consuming stories. "24 hours of cross stitch" is an event that goes on, I think, 4 times a year. But we really like doing it over in the Giddy Stitcher community. So we've been setting up our own weekends to do 24 hours of something. So as long as you can make it fit into the letters CS, it works. Exactly. Crafty shenanigans, crafty stuff. It says 24 hours of crunchy snacks. I would be down for 24 hours of crunchy snacks. Well, guys, I know it's a few minutes early, but I'm going to start getting stream wrapped up. You haven't noticed, my breathing's getting a little bit more difficult for me. So I'm going to hop off and just do some self-care. 24 hours of cheesy snacks, 24 hours of naps, 24 hours of crying silently. Oh no, Orchid, no. That's not what we want. All right, so thank you everybody for joining us tonight for this really amazing chill kickoff. Thank you for the hydrate, Susie. And Moon, you are so welcome for the stream. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Wanna. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming and joining me. I know it wasn't like some big, huge bash, but you guys made it so special. Thanks to everyone who gifted subs in the morning. Thanks, Moon. Thanks, Wanna, in the morning, in the beginning of stream. Cheryl, you were so happy I streamed. I'm happy I streamed too. I was happy I got to spend an evening with you and with everyone. So Toot is putting up a bunch of links in both chats, where you can find me on Twitch, where you can find me on YouTube, where you can find me everywhere. And there is still time to sign up for the Tiny Witch SAL if you have any friends who are interested. You find the links pretty much everywhere I exist on the internet. We'll be back Monday for a stream. Toot's gonna stream Monday morning. I'm gonna stream Monday evening. Fingers crossed. Sorry about that. Someone just knocked a bowl off my desk. And yeah, official schedule goes up on Sunday. We will see you guys next week. So everybody who's watching on YouTube, say goodbye to everybody on Twitch. Everybody on Twitch, say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. My friends on YouTube, I will see you in the comment section. I'll see you in the SAL. I will see you in the Discord, but most importantly, I will see you in my heart. All right. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Lots of bye Twitches. Thank you.